Ah, this is the one that was different. This is the one that was not Hun's Arabia. This time it's Hun's Islands. So hey, it's not Hun's Arabia, guys. So you can't complain about a water map. I saw people complaining about Hun's Arabia. So there you
Why?
go. You
Hans
got Hun's
Arabia is the
Islands.
bomb.
All right. So Dogao here in the blue, as he has been, and then Feage in the red, as he has been as well. I don't think maps are like hugely important in islands like they are in like other maps, but maybe the gold positions, wood positions next to wood lines can be, I mean, next to water can be. I like how Feage went to the shorefish off the get-go when he couldn't find sheep. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but I like that. Really nice.
That's just really a smart play because shorefish are one of the fastest like food gathering points in the game. So being able to take those, well, with villages anyway, with fishing ships they suck, but
Yeah, for
as
sure.
far as villages go, it's a really good way to get an early boost.
Yeah, I think that, when you can do that, you should do that. You'll see players when they build their docks, they normally snag a shorefish and bring that 10 food back because it's fast. But in this case, VH's villager started next to shorefish and he couldn't find his sheep, just snagged it without even thinking about it. Like, no hesitation. Is pretty funny. But looking at the golds for Dogao, I think we're going to have a little bit more time to socialize here in this one, Turkman, because the golds for Dogao aren't really close to the water. He has a wood line, and that's not close to the water. We'll want to look at like where he can place his dock, and I think he'll put it in like the bottom right corner. What do you think of Feage's map as far as like what could be threatening from the water and where you would dock? Because apart from that, like we're not going to see any drushes or flushes or scouts.
Well, looking at Feage's map straight away, he's got his woodline in the back, which means any galleys coming in around that probably not going to be able to hit it early on. Later on, though,
Yeah.
probably going to be a possibility once you start getting bracer and things in there. This little sandbar next to that main gold on the right of the lumber, not sure if ships are going to be able to cross that or not.
I think
So,
they can. They
probably
can
not. It's
cross
looking a
that.
bit thick.
Yeah. No, I think they can cross that. To be honest.
Ah,
Yeah,
excellent.
that's something that pretty sure they can cross. So that'll be interesting to see.
Excellent. So, going to
I'm
be able
sure
to
we'll
use
find
that to
out.
push in on the gold. And from there, really just sit here and harass that entire side.
Yeah, I'd like to find out. This actually reminds me, every time I see something like this, Turkman, did you ever see the video Tyrant the Dock?
Yes.
Okay, that is like hilarious. Every time I see something like that, it makes me laugh. Um, for those of you who are wondering what that is, basically it was a video that Salad made, who actually made a lot of my images for my channel, and it was of Clemensor who was playing, and Clemensor was playing, and he was, playing islands, so he's building docks to make galleys, and there was a small little like oasis, little pond in his island like this, except you could not actually leave it. But he built a dock in it without realizing it, and then he realized it, and there was a lot of crazy settings on it. I'm sure someone will link it in chat, but it was hilarious. My explanation was actually despicable. It was disgusting. You just need to watch the video. uh, but
I love all the little videos that are starting to surface at the moment of people that are
yeah,
just making little age things that are all just funny as hell, so
yeah.
absolutely excellent.
But I like Feage's dock. If you look at where Feage could have docked, he could have docked below his TC, and there would have been very little in the way of fish. He could have docked above his TC, and that would have been pretty good. But I like the placement of his dock. Not too bad. Well, actually, it's kind of unfortunate with the deep fish. I saw the deep water, and I was like, oh, that's great. There's only one deep fish, Turkman. I'm running around in circles here, man. What am I even saying right now?
Well, I know exactly what you mean though, because it's pretty bad for both players, honestly. Like, Dogao going to the corner, really good call. Deep sea fish usually just hang out in
Yeah,
the corner, and that's just kind of a fact. But right in front of where his TC was, all that's there is shorefish, and it's pretty much the same for
yeah,
Feage in front of his TC. And even where he's docked now, he's only got that one to like the left of it, and then he's got one over on the right, which is pretty far away. where else he could have docked. He's got that back corner, but again, back docking pretty much means he's going to be taking a less aggressive standpoint. So really, I don't think there was much he could have done against it.
Yeah. I just, it's a little bit unfortunate for Feage to only have one deep fish with that dock. I mean, normally you would see some deep fish with that dock there. But unfortunately, it's just not to be. That's why if you see, like, a lot of water maps played in big tournaments, you see it, like, spread evenly, so it's fair. I like Dogao's dock a lot better, just considering he has a lot of extra deep.
Oh man, he's got 3 deep fish like tiles across from each other. So as far as it goes to him, he's going to be eating fish for days.
But I think we should appreciate the uptime from Feage. I mean, pretty nice to go up with 19 villagers, just getting out his 4th fishing ship right now. That's a decent uptime, and 30 seconds behind is Dogao, but I really appreciate that uptime from Feage. Dogao, I think, is going to be in a better situation because he has the fishing. He can hold that down. He's going to be better over time here. But like Inopportune says in the chat, Feage is going to have to stop Dogao from fishing for days. He's a lot of fish here.
Well, that's about it, and that's the good news with his uptime, I guess. He's going to be able to get out a couple of galleys, and he's going to be able to push over there and hopefully take out a few of these fishing ships before Dogao can really do anything about it.
The interesting thing about these islands is the positioning of the islands. They're almost touching where like Feage dock is below then the top of Dogao's island, so could potentially see some transports there. And
I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I don't think that Dogao would see it. I think Feage certainly would because, well, now he has his scout, but then he has his dock there as well. But that could work for Feage if he loses the water. Would be nice to see. Transports are always nice, especially on Wacky Wednesday. But there's 2 galleys from Dogao. Now, Feage had a decent advantage, but, not a huge advantage. And he also doesn't know where Dogao is, so currently he's running to the left side, and that pretty much ruins any advantage he had.
Yeah, I guess that's probably the harshest thing of this reality when you're playing on islands like this. A lot of the time, well, in fact, most of the time, in fact, I think we're seeing a transport ship from Feage, just judging by the amount of villages and...
I was about to say wacky. I was about to say Wacky Wednesday because we're seeing the transport.
This is what we wanted to see.
Yep. 3 vills and the scout, and I don't think.
Is he docking on the wrong island?
I hope not. That's only something I would do. Please no.
Nah, he's going over. Okay. It's fine.
Now let's go to Dogao's point of view and see what he can. Because he doesn't want to get too close. Now, I hate it when players transport the scout, and then the opponent sees the scout, and then they know what's up. That is the most frustrating thing. Like, why transport the scout and run into a bad area? I would just keep the scout over there for now, Feage, and not do anything too risky.
So, interesting fact.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Dogao's thrown down a transport ship of his own, and looks like he's making his way across now as well.
Love it. Love it. Oh man, these guys are not disappointing whatsoever. And I like actually how Feage built the barracks at home, and now he's going for the archery range. And Feage has, he's a step ahead here with the ranges. Can Dogao see that other range? Look at the line of sight there. Oh, he's just now spotted it with that villager looping around the berries. Oh my gosh, the luck factor. The luck factor. He's got to deal with this
How lucky is that?
Yeah. Speaking of which, Dogao, he's looping around. Will Feage see that transport? I think
didn't see it with the fishing ships.
Yeah.
It's good thus far.
I'm gonna.
But
have
Dogao
to
has to now find a way to deal with these archers in his base, I guess. Even though he's dropping a villager over, probably to drop an archery over there.
I don't think that Dogao actually realizes what's going on. Like, he's, just, okay, let's build farms on the left-hand side, even though there's archery ranges on the left-hand side.
If you actually look at the mini-map, he can't see it as a dot.
Oh, you're right.
So it's just within
Yeah.
range enough to be able to see it on the map, but not enough to like actually show up on the mini
Well,
map.
what actually happens is when you're specking and you go, you turn the spec on and off. I mean, the fog of war on and off. It will show that now that the building's built. Sorry to the viewers that I just played the intro. So he probably still sees the building half built, and we see it's built. And there you go. He's gonna panic wall now, and Archer's coming out, and a tower then from Feage. That one Archer's trapped, but is that wall gonna be completed? It looks like it will. Or will not.
Just.
I can't quite tell. I can't quite tell. But it looks like one Ville's down and it has been completed. But we gotta look at Feage's base now, because it's Feage's turn to spot this, and he has not spotted this.
Oh, where's that scout sitting? Alright, so he hasn't seen the scout yet, but he's
Oh,
pretty close,
interesting
actually.
developments at Dogao's base, because that scout is gonna really help Feage keep this wall open. The tower's gonna go up for Dogao. The archer's coming in. Fletching's coming in from Feage. I think Dogao's gonna have to fight this with Vills or something. I mean, he's gonna get the tower up, but gotta run away. Oh, I don't know what his plans are here. These archers are gonna have to run away. He's gotta make skirms. Whew.
Dogao's... The thing is as well, you can fight skirmishes with villagers, that's fine, it won't be too bad.
Yeah.
Having to fight archers though, oh, it is just gonna be a massacre.
It's a base trade right now, and Feage doesn't know it. And so we gotta keep that in mind. Dogao still has 2 extra villagers. The bad thing for Dogao is that he can't really go on the offensive because he has to be on the defensive right now. I think he will clean up the archers once he masses skirms. And he needs probably a couple more skirms to do that, and then he will definitely wall up. Because he's walled up everywhere except where these archers are now. So I'm waiting to see what he's going to do at Feage's base. As Feage actually builds an archery range back at home. We'll see if Feage has actually spotted this. He hasn't, but he's scouted those areas, so I bet you he's now palisade scanning and everything. Probably guessing.
The only thing that I would really say is the reason he wouldn't be is because he's not expecting it whatsoever. Just because he's so harsh in his opponent's base now. The thing I think that might give him away is the fact that Dogao doesn't have a lot of galleys out. And he doesn't have like all these units at home, so the resources have to be going somewhere.
Yeah, true. It's possible. Oh, I really like what Feage just did. He brought his galleys around the back of Dogao's base to keep his archers alive and kill a couple skirmishers. That was a really wise move.
The efficiency is absolutely real in some of these games from these players. They know exactly what's going on. It looks like they're trying to take that mill down there as well, actually, so it can find a new way into Feage's base. Into Dogao's base, sorry.
Yep. That's alright.
Ooh, Archer's
speaking
in, though.
of Feage's base. Speaking of Feage's base, yep. Archers are in, and we're going to see 2 vills go down. Dogao's actually ahead in villagers, and he's going to pick off that 1 vill.
Ooh.
And a tower force from Feage now. And the thing is he puts up that watchtower to protect his woodline. But what kind of woodline is that, man? Like, that's disgusting. He doesn't want to protect that woodline. Go to another woodline, build a tower. Archer's just going to loop around the TC now. Go through the TC. Oh, but the quick palisade wall with the archers.
Such a good
Oh my
wall.
gosh. That was so well played. Oh, man.
Dogao confused by that one.
How many archers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6, 7? 7 archers just went down? I'm counting bodies. And the skirms are going to clean up the rest.
Wow.
That's huge. Huge. And now look at Feage. He's on Dogao's gold with the archers. He could kill some villagers. He did kill 1 villager. And, oh man, this game is just absolutely nuts.
It's been an awesome set of games, honestly. Like, we've seen some awesome things in just, like, the quick walling, the little things like that next to the town center. It just makes this absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Feage has done a good job with the quick walling, I will say. Also, something to point out is that Feage, next to his ranges, he still has his 3 forward villagers, and they've been collecting stones, so he might be tempted to build a tower at some point. I don't know where he'd build it, but probably tempted to do something with it. He could always build it defensively, because both players are having issues defending right now.
I would love to see him just drop it
castle
aggressively.
Shortly. Yeah.
Right on top of Dogao's gold. And try and deny as much of the lumber with it as he can as well. In a perfect world, man.
Yeah, that's true. I think the aggressive approach is the best, and all Feage is back here on the gold. He's picked off 2 more villagers because Dogao has run away with the skirms to try and stop this tower, this aggressive tower, as you said, from Feage. Those 3 vills. Man. We're at 22 minutes. There's been a total of, now no math on stream is the rule, but 50 units killed. That wasn't too hard to do. And oh man, Feage, look at this. He's running the archers down to pick off this villager from Dogao. Can he survive? I would love to see the transport come around from Dogao and just swoop in and save this vill, but it's not gonna happen.
It would have been a very Titanic moment for sure if he managed that.
Yeah.
So what else is going on here? So it looks like Feage is trying to push through that mill because he needs to find a new way to get into the base of Dogao here, because it's kind of at a point where until one of them does get in, it's going to be a stalemate. But the good news is for Dogao is it looks like he has completely taken the water.
Yeah. Dogao has the water, but how important is the water at this point for him? Because I think eventually, and I'm surprised Feage hasn't actually attempted to do this now, Feage could actually just wall up his archery ranges if he were to just mass some skirm. And also, I think Feage, if you look at his economy, Feage is floating 300 more gold and food while he's level on vills. So I don't know if water control is really important when Feage is on Dogao's island. Water control is important so you can't let your opponent on your island. That's kind of the idea. But right now, look at the amount of archers coming in from Feage, and he has a ton of upgrades too. He has a defense upgrade, and he's running through the TC, he'll run into a tower, he's running into skirmishers. I don't know how I feel about this fight. Like, this is a really risky fight. Like, there's going to be another tower up as well from Feage. Like, this is going to be really good or really bad, and I'm leaning towards the whole like, bad thing, because there's towers here, and skirmishers, and a TC. Oh, man.
It wasn't bad until that second tower came up. Like, running into those skirms, yeah, that was fine. Kill them off, get in the woodline, do damage.
The gate from Dogao! He's gonna put a gate up and ensure that the rest of those units go down. Oh, wow! And did you see that? Did you see that? Have you ever... I assume you've seen that before, right? Like,
yeah.
you just go through the diagonal. Yeah. The diagonal, tower trick. The diagonal,
the old tower hop.
Yeah, that's you never see it that direction though. Normally you see the ungarrison, not the garrison.
Yeah,
but
really good play there, actually. Yeah. Being able to manage that.
That was well played, man.
Alright. But what's the plan? Feage is throwing up some more docks now, so we might be trying to get water control back.
That's
I'm not
peculiar
sure here.
to me. That's peculiar to me. And, you know, a while ago, Feage had better resources, but now Dogao is clicked up to the castle age. Like, this is a topsy-turvy game.
Well, he has all these fishing ships on the field that have been uncontested here, so he's been able to absolutely rake in the food. Even if his economy is being harassed, he's always had this steady stream of food coming in, and because of that, going to be able to click up. And Feage, currently, he's pretty much lost his forward position on the island here. So Dogao are really going to be able to go up, and with the water control, hopefully either push everything back, and from there, get a dock up if he wants to go aggressive, and if not, just push the water control into victory.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel. Well, I do know how I feel about the choice for water control now from Feage. I don't like it. I mean, we know how good fire ships are against low galley numbers, right? The only thing fire ships aren't good against is high galley numbers, and Feage now has 2 galleys. So, well, he might... No, that's it. That's all he has. So, like, he's committing a lot of feudal age resources to making these galleys that could very well be countered by a couple fire ships from Dogao. I feel like this is really weird to try this, but if he's able to mass enough, maybe he can do some damage, and he's gonna continue to mass them now. But he's pretty much stopped producing from those archer ranges on Dogao's island, and he's actually losing this tower. We're gonna have to abandon this tower. He was trying to build on that gold from Dogao, which is pretty funny. Dogao just spotting that.
Yeah,
he's
I
gonna go
really
for
don't know what
another
the
one?
players like. Beg your pardon?
Sorry, I thought Feage was going back for another tower there on Dogao's outpost. On Dogao's island,
Ooh,
but he's building an outpost. And there's the GG. That was
there you
weird.
go.
That was weird. Still a very good game. There's been a lot of early GGs, though, in these
Yeah.
games, like game 1, 2, and now 4. But can you think hard? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Where did Feage's resources go? He had like 380 food and 350 gold, and then he sent those archers and skirmishers in and lost them, and then all of a sudden he had like nothing. Like, where did it go?
Well,
I
he
don't know.
did drop 3 docks, started
Right?
trying to produce galleys, dropped more
Gotcha.
towers, and I think it was all in that galley transition he tried to make where he lost it.
Yeah, I'm more. I mean, of course, we're not going to know the answer to this question, so we're just like we can just talk all day and we won't know. But like the food is what bothers me. Like, I feel like he had those skirms before he sent them in, or a lot of them anyway, and he somehow went from like 350, 380, 400 food to 0, and then of course he built the docks, and he talked about how I thought that was stupid, but yeah, either way, at the end of the day, that was still a 9 out of 10 game. Any
Oh,
Islands
for
game that's
sure.
like that was awesome. Yeah.
We saw the double landing. Like, when do you see that?
And also a lot of quick walls and diagonal garrisons, and we have a term for everything. It was
Oh,
pretty
it's the
good.
best.
It was good. I enjoyed that. I like how they both went for the simultaneous landing too. Like it wasn't like they did it at different times. Like Dogao dealt with the landing and then landed later. They did it at like the same time. So
Oh, legitimately probably like 30-second difference.
all right. So with the units killed, units lost, they're actually both at 39. The economy was 4,700 for Dogao with food. He was well ahead and with wood. And stone was in Fiege's favor. Gold was in Dogao's favor. So he was actually ahead with economy a lot more than what I thought anyway. 5 extra villagers for Dogao. Fiege was at 45. Return to not to the game. Sorry, we want to close out of this game.